Se preparó, se puso linda, su amiga llamaba. Salió de rumba, nada le importó, porque su novio ella le engañó.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. So today's video is going to be another video in my beginners series. So I'm so excited about this one. I think this video is going to be super helpful for you guys. All starting off on the first level, on the beginner level of doing makeup and learning how to do makeup and apply it and everything like that. We today are going to learn about skin type, which is super essential when doing your makeup and for your makeup to come out looking flawless and beautiful. So let's just get right on into the video. Okay, so the first thing there is to know, of course, is your skin type. So everybody has a different skin type. Not everybody's skin is the exact same, and that's why obviously when you come on YouTube and you watch different reviews and first impressions, some people will like it because it works for them and some people won't, and that's just because people have different skin types. So they have different skin textures, and just like there's just a variety and different factors that go into having different skin types. We're gonna talk about the first thing. So the first thing, of course, is oily skin. So I actually have combination skin, which we'll get into that in a second. But oily skin is when your skin, you can tell when you don't have much makeup on, your skin will be excessively like oily. Some people use the word greasy. Some people use the word like their skin's just like naturally like dewy or like glowy, I guess. But it's not always in the way that you want. So I personally, since I do have a little bit of oily skin, mine happens more in my T-zone. And it gets more noticeable throughout the day. That's why I have to always like set my face and powder it and keep my face super matte, because throughout the day it just gets overly oily and it's like greasy and you can feel it and it feels cakey, and it will make your makeup look kind of cakey if you do not set it, because it just, like, if you're already using liquid foundation, it's going to enhance that, and it's going to just make like everything about your skin just look huge. And that's just because it looks highlighted. And if you guys know, highlight just kind of accentuates or enhances certain parts of like your face. So when you have greasy skin, it makes your skin look more bold. I mean, I don't know how to explain this without like, you know. So what you want to do when you have greasy skin, let me tell you, like, you want to use in your like daily like face like skincare routine, I guess I should say, you need to use a lot of like toners and stuff like that, because it has like an astringent in it, and the astringent is basically going to remove that excess oil. But you don't want to do that too often, because then your body is going to recognize that you are actually taking away your oil, and your body's going to think it needs to create even more oil than what it already is. So that way it just keeps going and going and going, and it just makes you more greasy. So don't do it too often, but it's good to use toners and stuff like that. When it comes to makeup, anything that, you know, says that promotes that they are matte is going to be what you want to do if you have the skin type of oily. So you're always going to want to do a more matte foundation, or you're going to want, if you do use liquid foundation, you're going to want to always set it with translucent face powder or setting powder, and there's like a bunch of different names you can call it: setting powder, face powder, translucent powder, foundation powder. Like, there's so many different names you can use, but you just want to really mattify it and put powder on top of it, and it's going to keep it more matte. Good ones that I can recommend is the RCMA translucent powder is a really good one. It's also good for baking, and then as well as the Patrick Star one, and then of course the Airspun one is a really good setting powder to use if you just want to go ahead and kind of keep your oil under control. The next skin type is going to be combination skin. Well, actually no. Let's talk about the dry skin and then combination. So dry skin is when your skin is super dry, you don't have any oil. Usually with people with that type of skin want to do that glowy, dewy look, and they will do a lot of highlight, they will do a lot of oily foundations, they won't have to set their face with any powder. They are just going to be able to walk around and just, you know, because their skin is naturally dry and naturally matte, and it might actually mattify your foundation by itself, so it won't be very oily or dewy, and it'll feel like you don't have anything on your skin to begin with. But when it comes to that, it's super important to always have something that's going to hydrate your face, such as a moisturizer to keep your skin very moisturized and keep your skin having a little bit of oil in it, because it's just super important to make sure that your skin is not super dry, because your skin does need, you know, to be hydrated and moisturized. So for people with that kind of skin type, they usually do go for anything that's going to promote that it's dewy or glowy or luminous or any of those kinds of words in the foundation title. That's typically what you're going to want for your foundation. As for your skincare routine, it's always good to keep it hydrated with moisturizers and just anything like that. We have our combination skin. So combination is basically combination of oily and dry skin types. So I have combination skin, so I have both of them, which I am not mad at. I am not mad at the fact that I have both. I get really oily in my T-zone. So a lot of people might say that. You may not know, if you are a beginner, what the T-zone actually is. So the T-zone is basically this part of your nose is like the stick for the T, and then this part of your face is the top. So there's your T-zone. I get very oily in my T-zone right here more than anything, and my pores are actually huge right about there. So basically what I use for mine and, you know, the rest of my face is basically I just use a liquid foundation for me. It kind of changes. I use a liquid foundation, but that's this part where it's oily is where I really do use that setting powder, and I go ham on it, and I just really want to make sure that place stays matte, and the rest of me, I'm totally fine for whatever. But I do like that glowy kind of luminous look, even though this part naturally does it by itself because it's oily right there. So I go ahead and I do it with the setting powder. As for my skincare routine, since it's a combination skin, I really just go ahead. My Mario setting spray, or like skincare spray, I guess you could say, facial spray, and I just spray that all over my face, and that is kind of like my primer for my face, and that's like one of my skincare things. I definitely use daily cleansers to reduce the oil, because my skin does get very oily after I sleep. I guess my pores open up when I go to sleep, and it just makes me like sweat when I'm sleeping, and so my pores open up and I get super greasy in the mornings. The same thing happens to my hair. I get super greasy hair. So that's what combination skin is. And then the fourth skin type, which is of course normal skin, which just means, you know, you have like a perfect balance. Your skin's not too oily, but it's not too dry. So I say I have combination skin, but where it gets really oily, that's just about it. Everywhere else is pretty normal. So those are pretty much like the 4 different skin types that you can have. So those are the 4 skin types you can have. So whenever you're looking for foundation, definitely keep your skin type in mind. It's super important to know what you have, and it's super important to, you know, use products that are good for your skin type, so your makeup can come out looking flawless, and also for your benefit. So your skin, because I know especially if you have greasy skin and you're putting even more makeup and like the chemicals and everything, it will make you a little bit more it will make you have like blemishes and breakout, just because it's like the overly excess of oil throughout the day, or, you know, just stuff like that. So it does have an effect on your skin. I mean, you are putting chemicals on your skin, so you know, everything has an effect on your skin, and it's on your face, so you don't want it to be, you know, breaking out, and you want your face to be really nice and pretty and clear. So those are my recommendations. Those are kind of the skin types and kind of things that I would say if you have a certain skin type, maybe look for a foundation like that. I will be doing a how to pick your foundation beginners video really soon. That's probably going to be the next video on my beginner series, because I think it's super like important for people to know what shade they need, what kind of foundation they should look for, which will go hand in hand with this video, and also just like how to swatch it, how to, you know, there's just a bunch of things when it comes to finding the perfect foundation. So I think that'll be the next beginners series video. But anyways, that is the end of this video. If you guys found it helpful, then don't forget don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you guys can always know whenever I upload new videos. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!
Se preparó, se puso linda, su amiga